Hey, yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Man in the Wild. Just real quick, I had came across this picture of this receipt. Um, I had put it on a different video, but, it's at the very end, so ain't no telling, if it really got out there like that. So I'm just going to make one real quick. This is a receipt from court, okay, from traffic court. And it's funny when you talk to the judge, the judge tries to act like they're impartial and a guilty verdict and, guilty or not guilty has nothing to do with the state being the one presenting the evidence against you, right? The judge claims to be impartial, you understand? But as you see, their salary is directly linked to your fucking payment upon a guilty verdict. And this is just a traffic ticket, so it's small. But I mean, them other charges actually have dollar amount charges on them. And court costs and all of that. I mean, whenever you're in court, your guilty verdict is paying for the judge's salary. Die fucking rectly. And the shit really tripped me out when they gave me this itemized receipt upon payment, though. Because you fight tooth and nail, it's certain things, and what's crazy, if it's something that you say or do one thing wrong, they'll proceed like you ain't said shit right. You understand? Because it is fully known that the coercion game and the numbers game and all of that type of shit, they feel the control on it, with it, but it really is there. Because what the fuck you gonna do? So, but there does come a point in time when, the right words get said around the right people, and it's firmly understood that you understand this bullshit, that they got going on in this court. You firmly grab the whole concept of what it is the fuck that they do, and how it is that they do. Because you got to know that this whole judicial process, right? This whole judicial process is voluntary. Now, without a victim, because I agree that there needs to be some type of, agency to, corral real criminals. People who offend people every day, fuck with people every day, yeah, they don't deserve to be free. You understand? They don't deserve to be, able to live life unencumbered. You understand? But when it comes to this, everything the state versus with no fucking victim other than the state. And then here we bring it back to the receipt where it clearly says judicial fucking salary. Like, yo, that is crazy. Like, nobody can look at this shit and think it's normal. That's fucking crazy. You understand? How can a judge be impartial? How? The officer says, you ain't had your seatbelt on, you had this brake light out, you had this, speeding, reckless driving, you doing this, you doing that. Okay. Why the fuck is this even a problem, and why the fuck are you even talking to me about this? Number one. Now, reckless driving, all right, you running motherfuckers off the road, you driving in speeds that are just completely dangerous to the situation. All right, you know what? Sometimes interference is necessary, right? But you don't have your seatbelt on, so now you get to pull me over and waste my time and try to get my money. Now you're open to be able to search my car, because, the police mind is supposed to be so, what do you want to keen on, finding the criminal activities and all this other shit. Get the fuck out of my face. They're just regular people. who want a job and take a fucking test, you know, go through a class. You know, it just so happens at the end of this class, they get to carry a pistol and a radio for backup whenever they get caught up into some dumb shit. Like, yo, they don't, like, certain people, of course, there are certain police officers that become the detectives and figure out this and do some actual good. You know, finding out who raped somebody. Excuse me, finding out who, you know, burglarized somebody's house, who committed a murder. You know, yes, these types of police is necessary. You understand? But when you got the everyday pull a motherfucker over type shit, like, yo, that is completely unwarranted. You know, and the only reason why it really gets allowed and continued is because motherfuckers don't know what. I hate saying the word rights because that shit sounds so watered down these days, you know. But they don't know them. People don't know them. You know, you don't understand that the laws are written for you to be a slave, property of the state. You know, and by you getting your license and everything, that is giving them implied consent to be able to fuck with you however they want to. You know, why you think the motherfucking police don't ever tell you what they charging you with until they handcuff you? Until you allow them to handcuff you, right? You have to give them consent to do what it is that they're going to do in order for them to proceed in the matter. If they say what they're going to do beforehand, right? You know, as a free person, you can legally buck. Y'all on some bullshit. You know, but since you give the implied consent by giving your ID, whenever the officer pulls you over, that's implied consent now. They can do whatever they want. Take your car, give you tickets, have you show up in court to pay money. That's going to eventually go to the judge's pocket. You can't get no more conflict of interest, you know, the bullshit scenario than that. You know, but that's what's just normal these days. That's regular. You know, because, I mean, damn. You know, we got family that's police. You know, friends and everything. But, I mean, shit, in the end, when they put that uniform on, you know, technically, you know, even though they cool as fuck with that uniform on, you know, even though they may do you a favor or two with that uniform on. You know, but a push come to shove moment, like, shit, if a motherfucker trying to keep their job, they gotta follow orders. You know, and if the standing order is fuck with as many people as you can and fill these damn courts up, that's what they're gonna do. That's what they have to do. You know, what the fuck kind of crime prevention is it for the police to just be sitting on the highway waiting for somebody to speed past? Right? If you're the flow of traffic, what the fuck is the problem with that situation? You know, answer being, there is no problem. The state is creating the problem. You know, because the more places they got power over you and authority over you, making you feel like you worthless and crushed and all of this other shit, you know, the more the better. You know, this is just simply a piece of that shit. So yeah, just know the law and understand the procedures, and as you're doing that, know that you are your own person who is free from whatever bullshit they got written on paper. You know, because the bottom line to life and the bottom line to the law and criminality and all of that, if you not fucking with anybody, nobody should fuck with you. And they can't get no clear cut than that. You know, it can't. Now on some civil shit, you know, yeah, you know, that's when emotions can get involved, when it's civil. right? But when you talking about criminal, locking motherfuckers the fuck up, man, you know, chasing people, having people, you know, with guns drawn, getting shot at and all that other type of shit. Getting killed. You know, all behind not even fucking bothering anybody. You know, so yeah, of course the drug game, in my personal opinion, I don't like it. You know, all of that hard stuff, it really does fuck with people. You know, however, there are people that choose to do the shit. And if you to yourself, man, minding your business, man, what the fuck is it? What business is it of mine? You know, what business is it of mine? Especially when the damn medical profession is the one actually selling. Like, they're the they're the place from which the motherfuckers got the formula to create all of this shit. It's the same shit. You know, of course, tweak this and tweak that. Ain't no regulations over this. I mean, listen, the government is the biggest fucking drug dealer, man. Like, the police sell the drugs. You know, there's a network of these motherfuckers that, like, the shit, it's so simply right in your face that, you know, so many things get overlooked in the equation. You know, so many factors, you know, different elements and stuff, because you don't think that, you know, it would be the people that you know. You know, because that's all it really boils down to is you see the shit go on in different places, right? You hear the stories, you know, you hear, you know, see all this, see all that. You got to know that it's going on everywhere, right? So the motherfuckers that's in control and in power, why would you think that it would be any different where you're at? You know, why would you think these motherfuckers wouldn't pull a psyop off? You know, around your local Walmart. Because, man, I tell you, Walmart's the center for that shit. It's crazy. You know, why would you think that, you know, the pipeline for the jails and stuff wouldn't run through the schools? Who the fuck you think is running the schools? It's people that you know. You know, now granted, the string pullers is behind curtains, and sometimes the ones who you know don't actually know why the orders is being given. All right. But at the end of the day, all the characters are right in line in front of your face. And it's on you to, you know, actually believe that all of it's some bullshit. You know, case in motherfucking point here, your money from a guilty verdict goes directly into the judge's motherfucking pocket. If that can't be seen and believed, then damn, man, yo, ain't nothing else to be said. So yeah, but this here, I know, traffic court game and law business, boy. Man, I ain't gonna be done with that ever, because it's always in your face. But shit, that bullshit is confirmed though.